Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be a Q&A video because I haven't done one in a while now and you guys love Q&As and I love Q&As. So I was like, why the hell not do a Q&A if everybody just loves them that much? So I jumped on my Twitter and my Snapchat and I asked you guys to send me in your juiciest, deepest questions you guys had for me. And I've got a lot of questions and let's get in and see if these are juicy and deep and what you guys are going to find out about me today. And I also hope you guys like this is better because you guys said like the camera was kind of cutting my face off sometimes. So is this angle better for you guys? Let me know down below. Okay, and I'm not going to say anybody's name from Twitter or Snapchat just because a lot of you guys from Snapchat were asking me not to say your name and it's not really irrelevant who asked it because a lot of people mightn't want their name on the interweb, so that I will not do. Okay, so Twitter first. So somebody asked me, what's the worst thing a boy has done to you? Okay, so the worst thing a boy has done to me, I'd say would probably be cheating on me. That's a given, like that's horrible, that is so disgusting and I hate cheaters and so like a boy's cheated on me. But I also think then like which would be very close to it is like emotional abuse because it affected me like so bad and I had it so bad and I didn't even realise until I was like completely out of the relationship and was over that person and I could then actually look back and be like, whoa, like hell no. Like I had my family and friends all telling me, but you know a lot of the time when you're in a relationship or you're with somebody, you're blinded by them and you're kind of like love is like blinding you or whatever. But yeah, I was like so blinded by it and I could not see it was going on, but it was, and it was awful and it affected me very horribly. So somebody asked me, do I have any weird reoccurring dreams? Okay, so I actually do. One dream that I have that is like reoccurring, but I feel like this is probably because it's like one of my phobias. Like I'm petrified of spiders. And I do have these dreams where it's just like, oh, I don't even want to get into it because I feel like I'm jinxing myself to like have this freaking nightmare. But it's basically like a nightmare where it's just like full of these massive spiders with these big gangly legs and they're all coming at me and from all directions and there's nothing I can do about it and I'm just like trapped. And I have that dream. I have had that dream so freaking much. But like that is my phobia. It's like arachnophobia or whatever. But a lot of people say that if you have like an extreme phobia, it's because something happened to you in a previous life with that like thing or whatever. So, and I think about that a lot, which I find quite interesting. Let me know your guys' thoughts down below on like, you know, past lives and like, do you guys think we live numerous lives, and do you think that when we die we're reincarnated into another life? Let me know. So what's the worst thing you've ever thought of doing in revenge? Okay, I really like this question as well. Obviously when like somebody hurts you or betrays you or breaks your trust or whatever, like your brain is like, how am I gonna like, you know, get back at them or whatever. Like that's always like my initial reaction. But I've never ever, I don't think, I can't actually think, I've never like gone out on my way to get revenge on someone, because after like the initial stage of anger goes, I'm always like, why would I bother? Like why would I waste another minute of my time on you who does not deserve it when I can just sit back and let karma do its thing, and you, my friend, will get what you deserve in your own good time. So that's always the way I've been with it. I've never like gone out of my way or anything, so yeah, karma always gets them back. Okay, so are you a confident kind of person? Love ya, love you too. And okay, so I've always been like such an unconfident person, but this last year I've only started to like gain more confidence, and it's actually completely to do with YouTube. Like since I've started YouTube is only when I've started to gain a bit more confidence, and you can probably even see that when you like look back at my older videos and then you look at my videos now. I've came out of myself so much, and I definitely say I'm getting more confident since I've started YouTube. If you could drop everything now and do one thing, what would it be? Oh, alright, 100%. If I could drop everything right now, like the click of a hat, I would jump on a plane and I just want to go to like somewhere that is so far away from Ireland as possible. I'll just be like, girl, take me wherever, I don't give a shit, I just want to get out of this country. So okay, so when's the last time you were flat out rejected and how did you handle it? Okay, I actually can't remember the last time I was like flat out rejected, but that is only because I don't put myself in them positions, like them situations. So I don't really put myself in situations to be rejected, like ever. Like I'd never ask someone on a date, I'd never like ask somebody did they like me, I'd never ask someone did they want to like, you know, go cinema or be my boyfriend or be my girlfriend, ever. Like, I just cannot do any of them things. I physically couldn't if I forced myself. I'd just get sick all over the person or something. Like, I would not be able to handle it, girl. Okay, what do you like most and least about your personality? Okay, so what I like most about my personality, probably like my sense of humour, like. And what I least like about my personality is probably how stubborn I am. I am so goddamn stubborn, and I don't think that's ever going to change at this stage of my life. So whoever ends up marrying this ball of mess is going to have a lovely load of stubbornness to deal with. See you in a few years, baby. Have you ever stolen someone's boyfriend / been with someone or hooked up for whatever reason? No, I've never actually like stolen someone's boyfriend or gotten with someone's boyfriend. I would never do that. Just because I've been in a relationship and the person I was in a relationship with done that to me, and I just feel like on both parties, like the person who's doing it obviously is the one most in the wrong, but the person who is also doing it with that boyfriend or girlfriend, like if they know that they have a significant other or girlfriend or boyfriend, like they should know that's wrong. You know what I mean? So I would never do that, and I haven't done that. When was your first proper kiss? I answered this in one of my Q&A videos before. I like went through the story of my first proper kiss, so I'll link that down below for you guys. Okay, what was your primary school life like? My primary school life wasn't great because, so in Ireland you start in like junior infants, and then I lived in like Navan when I started school, obviously, and I was there until second class. So second class is when you make your communion, and after second class we moved down here. So I was starting primary school in third class, and primary school finishes at sixth class. So I had 4 years in primary school here, and as far as I can remember, like my primary school life in Navan was good. I was so young, so obviously I had a great time. But here, it was not so good. Like I was coming in like the new girl, and it was like a really small school. Like it's a tiny school. There was only 5 people in my class, like third class. But like every classroom had like 3 or 4 different classes in the classroom because each class was so small. So everybody in my class already kind of had their friends and stuff, and I just found primary school difficult because I felt like I was always the new girl and I'd missed out on so much, whereas they'd all grown up together. Someone asked me what age were you when you got your period and was it in public? I answered this question in my video that was all about puberty. I'll link that down below so you can go check it out if you want, but I like covered so much in that. What age would you like to have children if you want them, and name ideas? Okay, so I always wanted to have children like really young. I was always one of them people. I want to have my first baby at least at 22, and I want to have my 3 kids 100% before I was 29. Like I was set on this my whole young years of life. Whereas now that I'm so close to that age, I'm like, hell to the no, girls. That is not happening. I've always said that I would love to have 3 kids. I'd love to have 2 girls and 1 boy. If it was my choice, obviously, it's like whatever cards you're dealt, and all I really want is for my children to be healthy. But that is always what I said I'd love. And at this stage, I would probably say I would like to have my first child in my late 20s. So about like 28 or something, I'd love to have my first baby. You never know how things are going to go. You never know when you're going to meet the right person and all that stuff. So I can't really say. I'm just gonna have to wait and see when the love of my life wants to come along, and you can hurry the fuck up if you want. Okay, so someone asked me, how old were you when you realised you were bi, or is it something you've always kind of known? I love you so much. I love you so much too. Yeah, I couldn't put an age on it, but I would definitely say that it's always something I've kind of known. From a really young age, like I'm not going 6 or 7, but I obviously didn't know what I was then, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with it. Like, I'd look at girls the same way I looked at boys, and yeah, like it was just always something that I kind of knew, but I never knew it was a label, and I never knew that it was like right or wrong, or you know what I mean, like that. I never knew anything, obviously, when you're so young. So, and that's when I said on my last Q&A, and I said that the reason I never like felt to like make this big deal around it is because it's not a big deal to me, and it never has been, like, ever. And since when I was that 6 or 7 year old, and I just was like, you know, so what? Like, it's no big deal, and I don't think it's anybody else's business. It doesn't affect anybody else, like I said in my other video. So that's why I never felt the whole need to make a big deal out of it, because it's not to me. If you had to meet one famous person, dead or alive, who would it be and why? I would love to meet either Michael Jackson or Marilyn Monroe or Lana Del Rey. It would be one of them three. Michael Jackson, just because like I'm so intrigued by him and like his whole life and just everything he was and everything he was about, and I'd love to have like a big, deep, meaningful conversation with him. I feel like he could give you a lot of insight into the world and give you a lot of advice. And then Marilyn Monroe and Lana Del Rey are two people that I look up to so much, like tremendously. Like they're such beautiful women, like they're amazing. Like Lana Del Rey is like one of my biggest role models. She's, you guys all probably know this, but I'm obsessed. And I just would love to meet either one of them, like, so much. Have you ever had a girlfriend? No, I have not ever had a girlfriend, and I would love to have a girlfriend. Like, I'd love to experience what it is to have a girlfriend, because I am, like, bisexual, and, but I've never, like, had a relationship with a girl, and it's definitely 100% something that I would love to try and see, because it could be something I much prefer than being in a relationship with a guy, or it could be something that I really don't like, so I'd love to try it. Celebrity crush. Okay, Lana Del Rey or Channing Tatum or Zac Efron. Someone asked me, what do you do to deal with anxiety? I made a whole video about dealing with anxiety and panic attacks literally just 2 weeks ago or something, so I'll link that down below if you want to check it out, and I hope that it will help you. If you could be anyone for a day, who would it be and why? Okay, I know you're getting annoyed hearing this, but Lana Del Rey, like, I would love to be her for a day. Imagine being able to get inside her mind and just like her songs are so freaking beautiful. Like, there's so much soul and deepness and connection in them, and like, get her. Like, I get her. I feel like I am her. I literally feel like she is me. I want to marry you. Okay, someone asked me, do you have a boyfriend? No, I do not have a boyfriend. I am single as F-U-C-K. Someone asked me, have you ever made out with a girl that you liked? Yes, I have. I've made out with like multiple girls in my life. So someone asked me, what do you look for in girls? Okay, so like what I look for in a girl would be the exact same thing I look for in a guy. Okay, so in attraction and like physical appearance, what I look for is like a nice smile. Like, I love a lovely smile, and just like I love blue and green eyes, even though brown I'm up for as well, so come at me. But yeah, that's really it. Because that's what you're going to be looking at most, isn't it? It's like into their eyes and like making them laugh, and then in like personality, it'd be like sense of humor is so important to me, and deeper connection that goes beyond like all the like basically like that small crap, you know what I mean? Just someone who is a deep soul, because I am such a deep soul, and I feel like the person that I need to be with, like that I end up spending the rest of my life with needs to be deep as well, because I struggle to find people in my life that I can talk about all the things I want to talk about that go in my mind, because I'm so deep and I feel things so deeply and I think of everything so deeply, and I just want to have like all these amazing conversations about the universe and souls and everything. And girl, where you at? Huh? Just a decent person. It's regardless of a boy or a girl. I just want a decent person, because I've literally been so hurt and so betrayed and so let down by multiple guys and girls in my life. I just want someone who's got my back and I got theirs, really, at the end of the day. Have you ever cheated on a test? Of course I have. Haven't we all, guys? Haven't we all? The joys of being back in school, writing like the answers up your arm and checking them. Ever fancied one of your teachers? Yes, I did. There was one teacher in particular and I had a massive crush on them, and I actually made a holy show of myself one day in school. One of the guys in my class like asked me, like literally shouted over to me, he's like, who are you going to marry, Jessica? And he done it on purpose, and I so stupidly didn't cop on, and I shouted this teacher's name, so just say it was John. I was like, I'm going to marry Mr. John. And I literally said it so loud, and he was walking right by me as I said it. And like everybody was just in hysterics, and I was mortified. I went bright red, and every time we had him for class, I could not look him in the eye, and I don't think he ever looked me in the eye after that. What age do you think it's acceptable to lose your virginity? Is 15 too young? I don't think there's any age where it is acceptable, and then I don't feel like, you know what I mean, like, so there's this age where it's acceptable and anything younger than that is unacceptable. I don't think that at all. I think it is completely up to that person, and if you feel like you're ready to do it, and if you feel like you are happy to do it with the person, or if you trust this person and you feel like it's the right time and everything feels right, then go ahead, there's nothing wrong with it. Or if you're in like, you know, a loving relationship and you want to and you feel like it's right and they do, then perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with it. But then again, if you're 18 and it still doesn't feel right, then that is also fine. There is no age where it's acceptable and there's no age where it's unacceptable. It is just completely, every person is different, and whenever the time feels right for you, then that is when. I just also think another thing what I don't see the big deal about around is virginity. Like, I don't see what the big hoo-ha about it. Like, it's no big deal at all. Like, we're all human. Like, we're all going to do it at some stage in our lives, and it's nobody else's business. If it's not affecting anybody else, they don't need to know about it, and whatever they have to say about you and your life and all is irrelevant. Okay guys, I am going to have to leave this here because this video is 40 minutes long. What the hell, Jessica? OMG. I know how I'm going to cut this down. But I hope you guys enjoyed this and found out some like juicy, deep, personal things about me, hopefully. And yeah, please smash a big thumbs up, guys, if you enjoyed, and please subscribe down below if you haven't already, because it would make me a super duper happy girl. And I will see you guys in Monday's video at 5 PM, and it is a collab with Melanie, and we played Never Have I Ever Part 2, so stay tuned for some more juicy goss. I love you all. Bye bye.